Alright, Comer Alexa, today's the day. The day that I teach you about the sacred and poisonous green mist.
Yeah, just teach me how you spit it.
Whoa, slow down. You don't just spit it all out all haphazardly like. There's actually a method to the madness. And I have this blank canvas in front of us because I'm going to show you the babyface and artistic way to utilize this green mist for the good. Now, excuse me. See, Comer Alexa? This is a beautiful work of art, isn't it?
Lame. The green mist should only be used if it's spit into the eyes of your opponent, blinding them.
No. You see, that's the heel way to use the green mist. This is the babyface way, making some art. I'm telling you what, this whole heel turn Comer Alexa, it's really starting to break my heart, to be honest with you. And you know what can happen when someone's heart's broken?
Oh, come on. You're trying to heel shame me by using Padme as an example?
Yeah, I totally did. But that's beyond the point. See, this whole project was set up to help us bond and reconnect again. I feel like I'm losing you, Comer Alexa, and I can't do that. So anyway, I put my mist imprint on our artwork here. Now it's your turn. So I want to see what you got here, okay? This is going to be fun. Any time now? That'd be good. Hey, watch it. Come here, Alexa. Is that you? Is that you? Huh? Why? You were my brother, Anakin.
Bro, chill out with the Star Wars quotes. And it was a prank. I just used green Kool-Aid.
Huh? Wait, you just used green Kool-Aid?
Yes. You think I would use actual poison mist?
Oh.
Wait, what did you use?
Hey y'all, welcome to LumberJillville. Women's wrestling lives here. Now today we have a very exciting review of Elite 87 Asuka. Now it's important to note I did get Candice LeRae at the same time, however these elites are so good that I decided to split the reviews up. So today we're going to have the Asuka review, and in a couple days look for the Candice LeRae review. So I can't wait to open this up and take a closer look because this looks amazing. So without further ado, let's take a closer look. Alright, so starting off with this figure MOC, this is one of those examples that if you are an MOC collector, this thing looks amazing displayed. We do have an extra set of hands. It always looks a little wonky for MOC collectors, but it is what it is. She's in a very nice pose and looks excellent in box. Now, this is the box format that we saw start in Elite 81, where you have that certified authentic circle here, and then the photo of the wrestler on the front. On the side, we have that photo blown up, and on the other side, it's an action shot. And on the back, we just have some career highlights as well as a little bio, and then the rest of the line. So, without further ado, let's open it up. Elite Series 87 Asuka. This attire is from the Survivor Series 2020 pay-per-view on November 22nd in Orlando, Florida. On this night, Sasha Banks defeated Asuka in a champion versus champion match. Sasha was the SmackDown Women's Champion coming in, and Asuka was the Raw Women's Champion. So my first impressions of this figure are, wow. I mean, I am blown away by this figure. Now, I know that's no shock to anybody. If you saw the images of the final product and what it was going to look like, I'm sure you thought the same, but I'm telling you, In hand, it's even better. Now, I am going to break down this figure piece by piece, taking a closer look at the attire, the face scan, the accessories, and the articulation. However, the one thing I am going to note right off the bat is that this is a solid figure and the joints are nice and tight. And I say that because a lot of these women's figures, i.e. Elite 85 Liv Morgan or Carmella from Elite 86, those ankles were so loose on the figures that I got of them that they barely stand. And it's very hard to display them when they can't stand. So this Asuka, this freaking thing is as solid as they come. Awesome. Now, that being said, let's start off by taking a closer look at the accessories she comes with. Alright, so as far as her accessories go, she doesn't come with a whole lot, but honestly, that's okay because this figure is so awesome in itself. Now, hopefully one day we get that giant robe that we saw early on in proto images of a past Asuka figure. Hopefully we get an ultimate of her in that robe eventually. However, this figure comes with an extra set of hands, so the ones she comes packaged with are the semi-grasping hands, so she can hold on to things. And she has extra hands that are open. And then she has this really detailed, awesome mask. So this is way different than any mask that she's came with before because she has these little gold chains that hang from it. I also noticed that the arms on the side of the mask are super long. So I know she doesn't tend to wear it for too long. And if you're going to display her, you're going to display her holding the mask, which is great. But if you want to put the mask on her, I did notice that it is very, very difficult. And I really don't think it is possible. I'm sure you could really pull back her hair mold here and make it fit, but I don't want to do it. So I guess that's about as good as we can get. Looks a little freaky, actually. It looks really freaky. I'm terrified. But yeah, like I said, with this awesome face scan, you're going to display her holding the mask. So not many accessories, but that is okay. So starting off with her face scan, this face scan's freaking awesome, and it is a lot of fun. And the most obvious thing that you'll notice is this time around we get the application of her green face paint, and it is done so in a very intricate and clean fashion. I was a little nervous when I found out she was going to have her green face paint added because I was worried with that printing technology it might come out smudged, but it looks awesome. And like I said, it really doesn't do it justice. You have to hold it in person to really see up close how intricately detailed it is. Also, this is a new scan of Asuka underneath that green paint. And I'm not sure how it would look if we didn't have that face paint. But I think it would look pretty good because in combination with that face paint, this scan is freaking awesome. Now, something else that you'll notice is her hair coloring this time is a lot more muted than her last figure as far as her Network Spotlight Elite goes. This time around we have that pink that fades into a yellowish, that fades into a bluish green, and it's more of a muted toned down color pattern. Now I'm going to show you an image here on the left of that Network Spotlight Elite, and when I first got that I was like, oh man, this scan's awesome, the hair is awesome, but if you compare the two, in my opinion, that Network Spotlight looks a lot more cartoony, and especially that hair coloring that just pops out and makes it look a lot more cartoony. So they did a great job of capturing a more realistic Asuka face. So there's just so much good about this figure, but the attire really sets it apart from the pack. And they did an excellent, excellent job, and I'm happy to say there is tons of molded detail included in her attire. So as you can see here, she does have that signature top that she's had in the past. Now this time around, I am going to say that the paint detail on that top is so intricate and clean as far as the paint application goes, with the gold, with the red, with the black. And that was my biggest complaint with that Network Spotlight Elite, is that it was very smudgy on the top. Now something else you'll notice is this black, you want to say it's kind of like a mesh type piece. That is a molded piece that goes on top of her top, and it goes all the way around, and that's an excellent added detail. Now her arm sleeves are just painted on, however, once again, they have intricate gold detailing on the left, and on the right we have red. Moving on to her lower body here, we do have that normal bottom that we get with pretty much all the Asuka figures, which does include a lot of molding, a lot of straps. We have that signature look in the back there. And this time around, We get this little tassel, which we've gotten before, and I believe that this tassel should be gold and not yellow, but that's such a small, minor detail that I can look past it. And moving on down, she does have these knee pads, and then her boots that kind of match those knee pads. Now, these boots are very unique to her, and they're more of a squared-off kick pad type deal, but either way, like I said before, this is a very solid figure the way it stands, and a lot of times these women's figures that have kick pads or some variation of that, it does help give them ankle stability, but yeah, this attire is insane. So good. So now let's cover articulation. Her hair is a little longer in length compared to her last Elite, and that does inhibit her head mobility quite a bit. She can look a little bit up and down and look right and left, but she really can't roll it around too much. That ball joint doesn't really work too well. The shoulder now is on a ball joint, and we get all kinds of directional movement there. We have that upper arm swivel. We have a single jointed elbow, which is disappointing. You would think by now we would get double jointed elbows on all the women's figures, but as of now, we just have that Elite 85 Becky Lynch. Anyway, on the wrist, we have a swivel. We also have a flex and extend. We have that upper torso swivel here, which works excellent on this figure. We have a waist swivel. We have a hip on a ball joint, allows a lot of mobility here. We have an upper thigh swivel. Now her knees, oh boy, okay. That did not make a good sound. Her knees don't bend very well. Oh boy, they don't sound good when you bend them. It sounds like I just broke her, but I don't think I did. Now, she does have double jointed knees, but the knee pads do inhibit her knee flexion, so she really can't get to 90 degrees unless you do some moving around and whatnot, but the knee pads really inhibit. Now, the boots do have a upper swivel here, and then the feet can dorsiflex, plantar flex, and also rock side to side, so the articulation is great. I'd say the biggest limitation we have is not having double jointed elbows, and also the knees are a little bit limited. Alright, so now let's do a comparison to what I think was previously the best Asuka figure. And on the left, we have the Network Spotlight Elite Asuka. And sadly, this warmed the pegs at my local Target for a long time. Now it's a rather desirable figure and hard to get, but I'm so glad I picked this up. And side note, this is one of the first reviews on my channel, which is kind of nostalgic to look at this figure again. But it is an excellent Elite, and believe it or not, as big of a name and talent as Asuka is, she really hasn't had that many figures. But this Network Spotlight one, in my opinion, was the best one we got up until Elite 87. I mean, if you look at them side by side, you can see a major difference. Now, before, I thought this Asuka was like perfect and amazing and looked awesome. And I still think it looks great. But comparing it to that new Elite 87, it does look a lot more cartoony and less photorealistic, I guess you would say. So I really do prefer this Elite 87 by no surprise. And I did mention that top, how it seemed like the design was kind of smudgy, and there it is. So that's a huge letdown. And also this Network Spotlight Elite was the one that was supposed to come with that robe that obviously we didn't get. So yeah, these are by far the best Asuka figures, but without a doubt, Elite 87 blows it out of the water. And here's one last look at Elite Series 87 Asuka. Alright, so overall, I give Elite Series 87 Asuka a score of a 10 out of 10. I am sure that is not a shock to anyone out there that saw images of this, but I'm telling you, looking at it up close and reviewing it in detail, it blew my expectations out of the water. And anyone that watches the channel knows how much I admire, adore, and truly love Asuka. And we really haven't gotten that home run figure yet until now, in my opinion. I mean, this figure is truly awesome, and it's right up there with the Elite Kairi Sane, Elite Io Shirai, as far as mini statues and mini works of art. So I would highly suggest you go out, try to get this figure, especially because that Network Spotlight one isn't as good in my opinion, and it's harder to get. So go out and get this figure right now, because this figure is truly amazing. Thanks for stopping by LumberJillville. Women's wrestling lives here. For a first look at all future women's wrestling figures, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and join the community. And stay tuned. In the next couple days, I'm going to release a review of Elite Series 87 Candice LeRae, which I'm super excited about. If you want to support LumberJillville, head over to ProWrestlingTees/LJV and order some merch. Also, make sure to check out the Treasure and Eyes podcast, LumberJillcast, wherever you listen to them. Now, with that note, I'll see y'all soon and have a great night.